Hey Waffle Gang, I do hope you're well. My name is Mark and today we're checking out some more Reddit stories, and if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that like, subscribe, maybe that notification bell too, and let's crack on with today's first story. Much love guys. Now, today's first story comes from Final Hurry 8081 from the Am I the Arsehole Here subreddit, and it says, am I the arsehole for not acknowledging my girlfriend's equity in the house we live in? I, 38 male, met my girlfriend, 32 female, 7 years ago when I was looking for a house. At the time, she was working for a guy who did custom carpentry, and we were introduced by a mutual acquaintance who I told I wanted to redo the kitchen in the house. She and her boss did some work for my kitchen renovation. We remained in touch, and about 5 years ago, we started dating. About 3 years ago, she moved in. We maintained separate finances at my insistence. I have 2 kids. I pay 100% of the mortgage, homeowner's insurance, HOA fees, and any maintenance costs that arise. We split groceries and utilities historically. About 4 months ago, my girlfriend lost her job. She's been looking but has not found anything. She's been paying most of her expenses using savings. About 2 months ago, I was reached out by a realtor. There is an older couple originally from the area looking to move back. They looked at another house that was for sale in the neighborhood, but they saw my house on the outside and really loved it. He said they would be willing to pay a premium. I let them do a walkthrough and they made an insane offer. After talking to my girlfriend, I accepted. We're now looking for a new place. My girlfriend approached me about collecting on her equity when the sale is finalized. I thought she was joking, but she was serious. I maintain she does not have equity in the house. She thinks she does because of what she did in the kitchen during the renovation and helping maintain the house. She was paid for her renovation work. It was before we were dating. The maintenance she does on the house is cleaning and occasionally unclogging a toilet or changing the smoke alarm batteries. I do not think that is grounds for equity in the house. Am I the arsehole? No joke, my mind is so warped that when OP said, she does cleaning and occasionally unclogging a toilet, my mind immediately went to poo knife. Now, absolutely not the arsehole in this situation, but it made me think about how long she's been thinking about that. Is it only since she lost her job? Was it before that? Or is it when she saw how much that you'd be getting? You said it was a large amount. And then suddenly cash symbols appeared in her eyes. But whole competition says, not the arsehole. I'm a woman in my 30s and this is insane. You paid for the work she did before your relationship, so that was not an investment of any kind on her part and certainly can't be considered. You pay for all the house costs. The work she does around the house at most could be considered a favor to you for offering her free housing. Sheesh. Two Dogs Life says, honestly, I own a house as a woman and I've charged previous boyfriends rent because that's what adults do. They pay for living spaces. It's crazy to me that someone who put no money down on and paid minimal expenses expects to get large sums of money. Girlfriend had all those years of not paying rent. She should have been banking some serious cash. Then she wouldn't ask for handouts. Any equity is OP's, maybe his kids. Another user says, not the arsehole. Now asks if she wants to talk about the 5 years worth of rent that she owes. Edit. By the way, you now see what type of person your girlfriend is. I would suggest you go find a new one. OP came in some time later and said, a few weeks ago I posted about my girlfriend of 5 years wanting equity in the house I'm selling. Well, I found out the reason she wanted the equity is because she wanted to leave the relationship. About 8 months ago, she'd asked me if I would get a vasectomy reversal and consider having kids with her. I have 2 already. I told her no. She apparently wants kids now. After that conversation, she started planning her exit strategy, but then lost her job. She thought I would give her at least a little bit of the equity. If I gave her 5% of sales price, that would be enough for her to leave. Well, after learning all of this, I broke up with her. House is set to close in the next 30 days, so my now ex needs to find a new place by then. She has limited funds and asked me for a loan and or to spot her some money. I refuse, so that is where we stand after everything. Snordka's board says, I love that name, glad you got your answers. Now, this can be a real fresh start in a new house without any of it reminding you of your ex. Sweet Honey Pie says she wanted equity in the house but ended up with a no equity relationship. She's trying to cash in on the wrong investment. Not Sam says no. She was trying to Hail Mary to scam some cash from OP before she moved on. The bloody cheeky so-and-so asking for a loan after that she just told him that she was planning to get out after she got her 5% of the house she'd be leaving, but then turns around and said, oh, well, seeing as this is not happening now, could you just give us a loan or spot me some money? Bloody hell. But what do you guys make of this situation? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and let's move on to another story. Now, our next story comes from Basic Grapefruit 4826, and it says, am I the arsehole for not going to my co-worker's birthday party? Throwaway for privacy. So I, 24 female, work at a high school with my co-workers. Carrie, 29 female, Leslie, 26 female, and Marissa, 30 female. All of us get along well. We eat lunch together every day and go out for drinks to de-stress from work. Lol. Leslie and Marissa are a lot closer to Carrie than I am for context. 2 weeks ago, Carrie made a group chat with our co-workers for her 29th birthday party, but I wasn't included. I didn't know until Leslie asked me what present I was buying for Carrie. When I told Leslie that I didn't know about the party, she asked me if I was arguing with Carrie. Honestly, I wasn't mad about not being invited. Me and Carrie aren't that close, and she can choose whoever she wants as a birthday guest. Leslie told me the date and place of Carrie's party, but I didn't plan to go because I don't want to be rude and come uninvited. Last Saturday was Carrie's birthday. I sent her a happy birthday message and I hope that she enjoys her day. Carrie said thank you and we had a small conversation about her plans. I didn't get an invite from her, so I decided to stay home. On Sunday, I got some text message from Marissa that went like this. Marissa said, hey, why didn't you go to Carrie's birthday party last night? I said, oh, I'm not in a group chat, so I thought I wasn't invited. Marissa said, didn't Leslie tell you where it was? You could have shown up. I said, yeah, but Carrie didn't invite me. I don't want to be rude by coming without her knowing. Marissa says, but we're still co-worker besties. You should have asked Carrie if you could go. I said, if Carrie wanted me at her birthday, she would have told me. We talked yesterday morning. Convo ended there. Today's now Friday, 5 days since then, and the three of them completely avoid me. We used to eat lunch together in the staff lounge, but now they eat in Carrie's classroom. And whenever I pass one of them during the morning duty, they just stare and ignore. The past few days were really rough, and I've cried during my lunches because they were my support system since I started teaching. I genuinely thought we were friends, but now I'm just rethinking about everything. Am I the arsehole for not going? What the hell is that kind of logic from these people? You are absolutely right. If I wasn't invited to a party, I wouldn't just randomly turn up. Even if people around her did hint that I should go, there's no way I would just turn up without the host's invite. That's just wild. And I found it a bit ironic that their teachers were the way that they were acting towards the end there. Forming up in little groups, eating, having separate lunches from you and making you feel like shit. I think it's usually called in these stories mean girl behavior, but a commenter said to OP, honestly, you should talk to Carrie about this. Let her nip it in the bud. I'm sure she won't be happy. They're trying to force someone she didn't invite to go to a party. OP says yes, I've been trying to reach out to Carrie through text and visiting her during her off period, but she's given me the cold shoulder too. I don't know why things changed after 2 years. Commenter says there's a saying, your work friends are just that. Work friends and not outside of work. Keep your distance from work buddies in the future. Friendly is okay, but don't let your guard down. These gals sound like mean girls from high school that didn't mature. OP says, that's true. I guess it's hard for me to separate work from personal life because teaching literally takes up everything. I've known them for 2 years and we really did get along well, but I guess things can change. Commenter says you weren't invited so you didn't go, and even if you were invited, that doesn't make you an arsehole. Be careful though. I think someone is stirring the pot here, and I don't think it's OP. Not the arsehole. OP says thanks for the insight. I'm really hoping that no one's trying to stir the pot because I hate workplace drama, but I'm probably going to cut ties with my co-workers for how they are treating me. Just really sucks right now. So OP comes in with her update and says, gonna use the top comment to give you all an update. Earlier today, I sent a message to both Leslie and Marissa telling them how I felt. Leslie left me on read. Marissa sent me this text in verbatim. Okay, is that how you feel? After everything I did to help you when you were struggling. Don't talk to me at work. Later, Carrie asked me if she can call me. According to her, Leslie texted the group chat that I was going, even though I wasn't invited. So Carrie reserved a spot for me at her birthday dinner. When I didn't show up, Carrie took it as me ghosting her. She was upset and told everyone else what happened, hence the silent treatment. I told her that I never got an invite and our previous conversation didn't imply that I was attending. We kept talking for a bit and in the end, Carrie needed some time to think about the situation. Will I continue being friends with them? No, I'll be cordial but keeping it strictly work related. I'll have to find some better friends. Again, I find it wild that these are teachers and they're acting in this school bullying way. It's just sad, isn't it? But what do you guys make of this situation? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and let's move on to another story. Now, our next story comes from AdAmbitious2537 from the True Off My Chest subreddit, and it says, I bought my sister's wedding dress. My sister got married 4 years ago. She had a beautiful wedding dress made by a tailor she loved. Some months ago, she told us she'd put it on a second-hand website to sell it because she and her husband could use the money. I knew it obviously had a huge sentimental value. She was even planning on having it shortened so that she could wear it again for their anniversary. She was selling it reluctantly. I could see the tears in her eyes when she told us. What she doesn't know is I created an account on the website and bought it anonymously. I had a bonus last month and couldn't see a better way to spend the money. I plan on taking it to a tailor who made the dress, order the changes she wanted. Thankfully, we're the same size and I wanted to gift it back to her for their anniversary in a few months. I love my sister and I hope it makes her happy. Edit to add, some people are suggesting I don't make any changes to the dress. Thank you for your concern. However, my sister was in the process of having it shortened with her tailor anyway. But my brother-in-law had to stop working for a few months due to his health and money started getting a bit tight. That's why she had to sell it. She could no longer keep it and absolutely not pay for the changes. I've arranged with her tailor to resume the project, as per my sister's wishes, before she had to sell the dress. A commenter says, save the fabric that you're cutting off. Opie says, of course, I was planning on crafting a bag or another accessory to go with it. I haven't decided yet. Commenter 2 says, won't she notice the shipping addresses to you, spoiling the surprise? Opie says, I had it sent to a friend's location. Another commenter says, you're a good sibling. Another says, so very sweet. You're lucky to have each other. And I think the comments pretty much just said it all there, but OP came in with her update 4 months later and says, first of all, I wanted to thank everyone who commented. Your kind words really warmed my heart. Many of you asked for an update, so here it is. English is not my first language, so bear with me. A few weeks ago, we celebrated my sister's and brother-in-law's 4-year anniversary, but also the birthday of my nephew, who is now 1 year old. So the tailor did a wonderful job with my sister's wedding dress. Once the finishing touches were added, I put it in a beautiful box with a ribbon. The day before the celebration, I gifted it to her as an early anniversary present. She was surprised that I wouldn't wait till the next day. When she opened it, it started me off already. Bloody onion ninjas! Oh my god, I can't describe the face that she made. She recognized it instantly since we shortened it but left it otherwise unchanged. She had tears in her eyes as she unwrapped the paper. When she fully took it out of the box, she gasped when she realized it was shorter. Told me it was her dream to have it shortened. I said it was all thanks to her tailor. I explained to her that I had bought the dress with an account that had one of my friends' names, and then sent it to their place so she wouldn't suspect a thing. I could tell she felt torn between wanting to say it was too much of a present and just being grateful she got to keep her wedding dress. She hugged me and we cried a bit together. She really loved the changes and the dress fits like a glove. I put a picture of her in her dress in the comments. Some context on the picture. Where I live, there's a tradition. At your wedding, your guests put things in a box. Bottles of wine, photos, memories, and the bride and groom bury the box in their garden. The box is excavated when their first child is born. So that's what they did. That's what they're doing in the picture. I thought it was fun to include. P.S. as someone suggested, I kept some of the fabric from my sister's dress to make a christening blanket for my nephew. We kept the rest and I'll craft my sister an accessory of her choosing. She hasn't decided yet. So that's it, folks. Thank you again for your kindness, and I wish you all the best. And then OP shared the picture of sister in her wedding dress, and it looks like husband, and they're digging up that box, which sounds like a lovely tradition in itself. But what an absolutely lovely thing to do, and such a refreshing change from what we see in these stories. You initially see the title saying, I bought my sister's wedding dress, and you think, oh shit, here we go. Oh, dearie me, this one had me in tears when picturing that scene with you two together and gifting her that present, and oh, I can't imagine how that felt. But what do you guys make of this situation? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and let's move on to another story. Now, our next story comes from the Am I the Arsehole subreddit from Helpful Force 5711. And it said, am I the arsehole for calling ski patrol on a guy after he hit my son with his skis? My son, 11 male and I 44 male, recently booked a trip to go skiing in Colorado. It was my son's first time skiing, but he had seen a lot of skiing videos on YouTube and seemed really excited for the trip. We also live in Florida, so this is not the trip you can just go and do whenever you like. We are not rich. I grew up in Utah, and I loved skiing when I was younger. I would say I'm an expert on the mountain. The first day goes all good, and my son really enjoyed skiing for the first time, even though he fell a lot. Lol. I made sure to be as supportive and caring as possible, even when he was struggling, because I wanted to make this a fun experience as possible for him. However, on the second day of skiing, he says he's finally ready to ski down the whole mountain. And so we take the lift up to the top. Luckily, there was a way down the mountain while only staying on the green level trails. So we took that way. My son is having a blast when all of a sudden, this guy in his 20s careens into my son from behind, going on insane speeds, wiping them both out. My son immediately started crying and came running to me after he got his skis off. Once he calmed down, he ran to the lodge where my wife was, and she decided to take him to the doctor's office. I immediately confront the guy for being so reckless, and he simply says that I should have been paying better attention to my kid, and then he rode off. That was the final straw for me, and I called the ski patrol number in the app and told the guy the situation and what the skier was wearing, and they told me they would find him and kick him out. Later on, I saw him getting escorted out to the park by 2 ski patrol officers. And when he saw me, he immediately started cursing me out and calling me a horrible dad. I tried to ignore it, but now I'm second guessing myself if I overreacted. So, am I the arsehole? Now, I don't really know the laws of the hills. I think I heard once somewhere before that, it's up to the person who's coming down to watch for people and avoid danger and, be sensible basically. And I've never been skiing on a real slope. A couple, maybe 4 or so years back now, actually, I went to like a fake snow inside place to learn to snowboard. It was a couple of days intensive course. And let me tell you, holy shit, snowboarding is hard. I thought it'd be really easy, but the way you have to lean your whole body, I couldn't get it. I absolutely destroyed my arse bone by the end of it. Arse bone? What did I say that for? Coccyx, I mean. And absolutely not the arsehole to me in this situation, assuming I'm not ignorant to some sort of rule out there. You did the right thing to report him, not only for yourself, but everyone else around him. It's one thing if he crashed and was really apologetic, trying to look out for your kid, etc., but he didn't really give a shit, so his reckless behavior was going to continue to happen. But Crimson Knight says, not the arsehole. Green trails are specifically beginner friendly. Anyone who knows slopes would know that the path will be filled with kids and people still unsteady on their skis. I've never even been on the slopes and I know that. He definitely needed to be more mindful and should have had the decency to at least apologize for potentially seriously injuring a kid. The authorities at the lodge knew he was reckless and dangerous, which is why they escorted him out. He shouldn't be there if he's going to endanger other guests, especially kids. They don't need a skiing lawsuit in the making on the grounds. Hope your son is okay and that this doesn't turn him off skiing. You're a good parent. Smooth Brain Lizard replies to that saying, literally none of that matters. One of the first rules of the mountain is watch what is in front of you, and that the person in front always has the right of way. Doesn't matter if you're on the kiddie slope or a double black. Another commenter says not the arsehole. As a ski patroller, the law is that the uphill skier is responsible for avoiding people, to maintain safe speeds and to remain in control. An accident on the hill has legal recourse, and they were actively breaking the law. This law is posted all on your mountain passes, and you agree to adhere to it when you are on the mountain. It is also the responsibility of the downhill skier to check uphill when merging or beginning their path, but this doesn't seem like the case from the description of the accident. That's what I absolutely love about Reddit, second comment in, and we're getting a ski patroller straight away giving us the information. I think it was just on Reddit the other day that I saw a video of like a situation almost like this happening. There was a kid who had stopped in the middle of the hill and the dad was filming him, and he was taking like a couple of steps to his right, and just as he did it, this guy comes flying past him. I mean literally flying. There was no way this dude would have been able to stop him if he wanted to. He was like properly tucked up and was just zooming down straight. And as he went past, I think he caught like the kid's fingers or something, and the kid was crying. It's just like, that's wild. But what about you guys? Have you ever found yourself in a similar situation? Any of you skiers or snowboarders out there? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now, just a huge thank you for being here today, getting involved in the stories, your love, your support, your time. It always means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.